Hello, good morning. Okay, this is again teacher JP, your teacher in physics 12. Okay, so how are you? Okay, so welcome again to our class, STEM 12 of Bethany Christian School. Okay, now we already did the measurement last time, correct? Okay, so we already discussed about the 7 units, okay, or what we call the standard units. When we say standard, those units were already used by other countries, or lots of countries used the SI units, okay? Now, what are those SI units again? We have how many? We have 7. Okay, the first one is the unit of length, which is seconds. Okay, unit of mass, the kilogram. Very good. How about the unit of length? Unit of length is meters. Okay, how about the unit of electric current? Okay, that is ampere. Very good. And then we have the unit of temperature, which is the Kelvin, unit of substance, which is the mole, and the unit for luminous intensity or about light is the candela. Okay, so don't forget those 7. Okay, and we also did how to convert unit to another unit. Okay, just like if we will convert meters to decimeter. Okay, we already did the prefixes. Okay, so those are prefixes are important in order for us to convert those. Example for that one is we have the yocto. Yocto is 10 raised to negative 24. Okay, so yocto is a prefix. Okay, so you need to remember all of those in order for us to continue to our topic. Okay, are you ready for the next topic? Okay, good. Now, this will be our next topic. Okay, I will share my screen first. Okay, I need to find. Okay, wait, I didn't open yet my PowerPoint. I forgot it. Open ko lang ha. Okay, ito. Ayan. Okay, so I will now come back and share my screen. Okay, good. And so last time we already did this one. And I think all of you got a perfect score. Am I correct? Or half of it? Okay. So our next lesson is about the scientific notation and significant figures. Okay, so what is this two? Let us do first the scientific notation. Okay, when we say scientific notation from the word notation itself, okay, ano ba ibig sabihin ng notation? Is this a number? Is this a symbol? Okay, so that is the combination of symbols and numbers. Okay, so what is the importance of this one? Okay, so if we observe, okay, our environment, we have what we call atoms, correct? We have what we call light. We have what we call galaxy. Okay, so how scientists, okay, do a symbol for their measurements? For example, if you think, what will be the measure or the distance between the sun and the earth? Okay, so how they can write the symbol for that one? Okay, so they are using scientific notation. Okay, in order for the others to understand how this or how is the distance between those two are far. Okay, kung gaano sila kalayo. Okay, this also we have atoms. if you will understand atoms, atoms are super tiny, di ba? Sabi nga natin, atom is the very small, para lang siyang, siyang tinatawag na pinakamaliit, okay, na organism sa ating buong mundo. Okay? Lahat tayo ay binubuo ng atom. Okay? So, paano nga ba nila mini-measure yung laki ng atom? So, how they measure for that one? How they can represent the measure for that one? So, they are using scientific notation. Okay? So in science, there is a way on how to express very large, okay? So you need to take note of that. Very large or very small quantities. Just like what I've said, for example, the planet and the sun, okay? So that is a very large amount of quantity. So they need to convert or transform that distance into a scientific notation. Okay, in order for the others to understand. Okay, got it? Okay. So how do we write? Now, how do we write numbers in scientific notation? Okay. So this will be our basis. Okay. This is our um, formula. Okay. Or this is our basis on how we can write, okay, a scientific notation. We have here a big letter N, okay, big letter N, okay, and this is the symbol for, of course, this is multiplication or times or multiply, okay, this is the times, and of course, in scientific notation, this is what we call the constant. When we say constant, it will not change, okay, it will not change. Itong number 10 na yan, hindi mababago. Hindi siya pwedeng maging 9, hindi siya pwedeng maging 11. 10 only. Okay? And we also have here A. So, ano ba ibig sabihin ng mga letters na yan? Sorry, may sipon ako. Okay. So, N here is what we call the number between 1 and 10. So, what are those numbers? Of course, if we will think in a, just like, if we will think normally, di ba, yung mga bata, ang isipin nila, between 1 to 10. So, ang isipin natin is 2 to 9. Tama? Okay. Since we are in a upper level, okay, so you need to think that those numbers between 1 to 10 are starting with 1 point, ayan, 0, 0, 0, kahit ilang 0 yan, tapos merong 9 sa dulo. Okay? Or merong 1 sa dulo. Kahit ilang 0 yan, but merong 1 sa dulo is still between 1 and 10. Okay? So, if you will imagine, so this is 1.000000001 to 9.9999999999999. Okay? So, infinite na 1 is still between 1 to 10. Basta hindi pa siya nagti-10, okay? Ibig sabihin, between 1 to 10 pa lang siya. Okay? So, you need to expect na meron tayong mga numbers na gaya nito. Okay? So, we will convert those decimal numbers into a scientific notation. Okay? Okay, let's start. Okay, again, you need to remember, n should be any number from 1 to 10. If your n is 10 or 11, that means that is wrong. Okay? So you need to know, or you need to make sure that your n is in between 1 and 10. This is 10, okay? Di ba nagkamali pa yung PowerPoint, no? Okay, next. So the exponent A, okay, nakalimutan ko yung exponent A natin. Exponent A, okay, that is our exponent, this one. This is any positive or negative integer. Okay, ano ba integer natin? Those are the positive numbers and negative numbers. Okay, so pwede siyang maging -1, -2. Okay? Kapag sinabing integer, hindi siya pwedeng maging fraction. Okay? Hindi siya pwedeng maging decimal. Hindi siya pwedeng maging radicals. Okay? Kapag sinabing integer, whole number yan. Okay? That is a whole number. But it's either positive or negative. Okay? Okay. And so let's continue those one. So how to transform a what we call a standard notation, okay? A standard notation to a scientific notation. When we say standard, okay, I will do this one first. I will change my camera first. Ayan. Dito tayo sa board natin na. So when we say standard notation, for example, we have 1 point, paano ba? Okay. Standard notation, where's my eraser? Standard notation, for example, we have 230,000,000. This is 1, 2, 3. Okay, for example, this one. This is 2,300,000. Okay, so this is what we call a standard notation. Okay, a standard notation. Teka lang, parang baliktad yung kan natin. Video settings. Okay. Ayan. Okay? So, this is what we call our standard notation. That means hindi pa siya nako-convert into scientific notation. Okay? And our scientific notation is in the form of n times 10 raised to 8. This is what we call scientific notation. Okay? That's what we call scientific notation. Now, so what we are going to do is we need to convert this into like this. So paano? Okay? So we need to know this one first. For example, this one. The temperature at the core of the sun is 15,700,000. Okay? So how can we transform this into a scientific notation? So we will just move the decimal point to get a number, which is n. Remember, our n is only between 1 to 10. Okay? So, we will move that one here. So, paano siya magiging between 1 to 10 lang? So, we will move that one to the left side. Okay? Hindi naman tayo pwedeng mag-move ng right side kasi wala naman tayong numbers dito. Correct? So, we will need to move to the left. Okay? So, we will move how many times? We need to move 7 times. Okay? Bilangin natin ulit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, the decimal point will go here. Okay? Remember, the decimal point will go there. Okay? Remember, this will be now our n. Our n is 1.57. Okay? Our n is 1.57. Is 1.57 is in between of 1 to 10? Yes, correct. Okay, so that is correct. So that is between 1 to 10. So 1.57 is our n. Next step. Now, we need to write the number in the correct scientific notation. Since our n is 1.57, we will follow the formula, which is times, and then the constant 10. How about here? Okay, so how can we find out if the number here or the exponent here is positive or negative? Okay, if we move to the left, our exponent is positive. If we move to the right, our exponent is negative. Okay, so this is the condition for A, or the exponent. Okay, so we moved here left or right. We moved here left. So that means this 7 will become positive 7. Okay, so our final answer here is 1.57 multiplied by 10 raised to 7 Kelvin. It's because we are talking about temperature. So we have the unit Kelvin. Okay, one more time. Remember, if you will move to the left side, that is positive. If you will move to the right side, that is negative. Okay, that is only for the exponent, which is the A. Okay, next one. How about this? We have 0.0000000000025. That means zeros. Okay, so we need to find out the n first. Okay, so to find out n, we need to move the decimal point again. But here, we have more numbers to the right side than to the left side. Okay, so that means we will move our decimal point to the right side, which is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so 11. So we moved the decimal point 11 times. So what's next? Okay, we need to determine the A. Okay, so again, our n is 2.5. Okay, multiplied by 10, the constant, and we move to the right. So what will happen to the sign? It will become positive or negative? Negative. Okay, so it will become negative. How many? 11. Remember, left, positive. Okay, right, negative. Easy. Okay. Okay, so this will be our final answer. As easy as that. Okay, one more one. How about if our given is a scientific notation? So we will now move on to scientific notation to standard notation. So how to do it? This is a helpful hint, right? The sign of the exponent tells which direction to move the decimal, okay? If our exponent is positive, means we need to move the decimal point to the right side. Again, if our exponent is positive, we will move to the right side. If our exponent is a negative, we will move to the left side. As simple as that, okay? But in the other way around, in transforming a standard notation to scientific notation, to find the exponent or to find the sign of exponent. If we will go to the left side, it will become positive. Right side, negative. In transforming scientific notation to standard notation, ang gagawin naman natin is to find the sign or to determine the sign of the exponent. Okay? If the sign of the exponent is positive, we will go to the right side. Okay? If we have an exponent that is a negative, so we will go to the left side. Okay? Let's try some examples. Okay. 1.35 times 10 raised to 5. Okay? So based on our guidelines, if this one is positive, we will go where? Left or right? We will go to the right side. Okay. So clear right, huh? Right. Okay, good. Okay. So we will just move the decimal places 5 times since we have 5, okay, to the right. So that's it. So we have from here the decimal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So therefore, our final answer would be 135,000. Di ba pangit ang sulat ko dito? Okay, so 35,000. Next one. What if we have here? Our exponent is negative. If our exponent is negative, we will go to the left side. So from 2.7, we need to move the decimal point 3 times to the left side. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So this will be our decimal point. Remember, a decimal point without a number beside it, we will just put 0. Okay? Also here, a space 0 and also a space 0. So that means 2.7 times 10 raised to negative 3 is 0.0027. Okay, this is now the standard notation. Okay, easy. Let's try more examples, huh? And what if this one? Write the number in standard notation. Okay, our first step is to determine the sign of our exponent. Our exponent is 4. Okay, our exponent is 4 and this is positive. So we need to move to the right side. Okay, so we have 2.01, negative 2.01. We will move our decimal point to the right side. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, if you have spaces, we need to put zeros. And then you need to recall again that if we have a decimal point at the end of any number, okay, kahit hindi na tayo maglagay ng 0 dito, kahit hindi na siya makita as point, we can erase those two. Okay? So ang matitira lang dito is this one. Negative 2, 0, 1, 0, 0. Or negative 20,100. That's it. Okay? That is from this scientific notation to this standard notation. Okay? Now, I will give you some exercises, okay, before we proceed to your first quiz. Okay? Ano po exercises sa quiz? Okay, ang exercises, we will just practice first. Of course, I will guide you. For the quiz, I will not teach you anymore. Okay? Let's do some exercises here on my board. Change cam ulit tayo, change cam. Okay, I will erase this. For example, this one. Our number one is 25 million. Okay, so what is this? Is this a scientific notation or a standard notation? This is a standard notation. Very good. Okay, so it's from standard notation, we will convert it into a scientific notation. Okay, so we need to know first what is N and what is A. Okay, so first is what is N. Since we have 2500000, we need to find the number that is in between 1 and 10. What is that number? Is it 25? It's not a 25. It must be 2.5. Okay, now, but how many decimal points? Okay, so we need to count from this one, since this is a whole number, so the decimal point is at the end of the number. Okay, so we will move, or we will count the spans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7. Okay, so we have 7 decimal points. Now, is that the A or the N? The 7. 7 will go here. 2.5 will go here. Okay, let's do this. N is 2.5 multiplied by 10. A is 7. Now, we need to make sure what will be the sign of 7. Is it positive or negative? Okay. If we moved to the left, okay, our sign will be move to the left, move to the right. Left side, positive. Right side, negative. Okay, so this is positive 7. So therefore, the answer will be 2.5 times 10 raised to 7. Okay, another example. What if we have 3.814000 1. Okay, so what is this? Is this scientific notation or standard notation? This is standard notation still. It's because we don't have this part. Okay? Now, we need to transform that one into like this. So, since we have now the point here, 3.814001, do we need to move the decimal point? It's because our first step is to find n. And n must be in between 1 to 10. Correct? So here we have 3.814001, and this is already in between 1 to 10, or in between 1 and 10. So that means the whole number here is this one will become n. So 3.81400001 times 10. What do you think will be this one? The exponent. Nag-move ba tayo ng decimal point? Nag-move ba tayo ng decimal point? No. So, if we did not move this decimal point on any directions, that means this will become 0. Okay? And to make it short, we all know that in math, if we have a 0 exponent, we can also neglect it. Okay, we can erase it. So we can write 3.8140001 times 10 raised to 0, or simply 3.8140001. O diba, napagod lang tayo. Okay, so you need to know how to convert those. Okay, now another example for the other one. Yung from scientific notation to standard notation naman tayo. Okay, number 3 example, we have 3.15 multiplied by 10 raised to negative 7. And so for example, we have here 3.15 multiplied by 10 raised to negative 7. Okay, so if we have a given scientific notation, we need to see first is the exponent. Okay, if this one is negative, we need to move where? Left or right? We need to move left or right? Kapag negative, we need to move to left. Okay, left side. Okay, left side tayo. So from 3.15, we will move this decimal point 7 times to this direction. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the decimal point. There are no numbers on its both sides, so therefore we need to put 0 here, 0, another 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so our final answer will be 0 0.123456315. Okay, so from scientific notation to standard notation. Easy, correct? It's super easy. Okay, another one for this one. Another one for this. Kasi mamaya mapapalaban kayo sa quiz natin. Okay, this one, number 4. What if our given is like this? 5.00012 multiplied by 10 raised to 12. Ayan. Again, first step is you need to determine the sign of the exponent. The sign of our exponent is positive. Okay, so if we have a positive exponent, we need to move our decimal point to the right side. Okay, right side tayo magmo-move. So if we have 5.00012 and we need to move to the right side 12 times. So from here, this is our decimal point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is now the decimal point. So we have how many blanks here? If we have blanks, we need to put 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros. Okay? Sabi ko kanina, If our decimal point is on the or at the end of the number, pwede natin siyang burahin, okay? Or hindi natin siya isusulat kasi hindi naman siya ganun ka-visible doon sa part na yon, okay? So our answer will be this. So from scientific to standard. So 5, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. O, di ba? For example, ipapabasa ko sa inyo to. Paano nyo siya babasahin? Bilhin natin yung mga zeros. 2, 3, 4. Hundreds, thousand, million, billion, trillion. Ah, Diyos ko. Di ba? Naka-trillion tayo dito. So we have 5 trillion, 12, 120 million. Tama ba? Yes, tama. Okay? So 5 trillion and 120 million. Di ba? So, isipin niyo kung paano i-discuss nung mga scientists natin yung distance ng dalawang planeta. Ibig sabihin, that is super large quantity. So, instead of reading this one, it's easy for them to discuss if they will convert it to scientific notation. Okay, so that's the importance of scientific notation in order for the others to understand it well. Okay, are you ready for your quiz? Okay, so this is your quiz for the first hour. Ayan. Okay, this one. May iba pang examples, hindi ko na... Oops. This one. Nababasa ba? Okay, so it says here, convert from scientific notation to standard notation or standard form. Okay, so our number one is 4.83 multiplied by 10 raised to negative 3. Okay, so I will give you your 20 minutes for this kind of quiz. And then just like what we did every Saturday, you need to send your answers before ano oras natin? Before 9. Tama? So you need to pass your answers for this activity. We have two, okay? This is the first part and we also have the second part. So I think kaya nyo siya within 20 minutes, okay? But now we still have time, so you can continue to do this one. And if it will end, okay, kapag nag-end na yung ating Zoom, that means I will just send a picture of this at yung pangalawa para masagot ninyo. Okay? So you need to pass this before 9 a.m. Okay? Before 9 a.m. Again, I will send a photo of this into your group chat. So group chat natin na ginawa natin. Okay? And then, answer within 20 minutes. The first part and second part. And before 9, you need to send. Again, if I mark it as like, that is very good, correct? But if I will mark it as heart, ang reaction ko is heart, that means you are late. Okay? Okay, so see you again for the next hour, sa second hour natin. Sub-sharing muna ako, ha? Ayan. I will end now. So see you again at 9 o'clock.